In the pre-patch, 2 new races will be introduced and playable all the way up to 80. It's going to be Goblin for Horde and Worgen for Alliance. But before the pre-patch goes live, you could do some preparations in Wrath of the Lich King to make sure your Worgen or Goblin will reach level 80 as quickly as possible. And this will definitely be beneficial, as you then have time to work on your professions and gear to be as ready as possible for the Cataclysm Classic release. So one of the first things you could start doing is, for example, to purchase the Green Hills of Stranglethorn, but also other items you will need for different quests so you can complete these instantly. What I've also done is to purchase different materials so I can speed level my professions to 450. Professions will be so important in the beginning of Cataclysm, as you can craft amazing level 85 epic items. Items that will help you progress and get into your first raid a lot quicker. The next one is for those of you who already have a level 80 character in Wrath of the Lich King. In case you don't need any of your emblems, then you could convert these in the underbelly in Dalaran. Convert them into emblems of heroism, as you will use this currency to purchase heirloom items. These heirloom items will help you when you're going to level up your new Worgen or Goblin, and the reason why you need to purchase these as quickly as possible before the pre-patch is because in the pre-patch they will also be a lot more expensive. The reason for this is because in the pre-patch all your emblems will be converted either into gold or into the new currency Justice Points. And Justice Points is going to be the new currency you will use to purchase yourself level 85 items, but also heirloom items. You can most likely start farming Justice Points in the pre-patch, but the thing is you would also like to keep this for Cataclysm, so by the time you reach level 85 you can purchase amazing blue rewards, pretty much the same as you can get in the different heroics. And for that specific reason, it's way better to purchase your heirloom items in Wrath of the Lich King, so you can also start using them the moment the pre-patch goes live. What I've also done is to start stacking up on gold. This you can use for the different riding skills, for example your epic riding skill that costs almost 5000 gold, and even the new riding skill 310% flying speed that also costs 5000 gold. So just for these 2 riding skills you will need almost 10,000 gold. Will this be worth it? Definitely, as you can use your flying skills when you're going to level from 80 to 85. Another thing you can spend your gold on, and this you can start buying right now, is going to be different rare and epic items you can use when you're going to level from 1 to 80. What I would highly recommend you to start purchasing is the different Burning Crusade items with sockets. Sockets are so insane, as you can use the epic gems from Wrath of the Lich King, and therefore also use these items for anywhere between 5 and all the way up to 10 levels, yeah, even when you're leveling in Wrath of the Lich King content. Besides this, you could also start stacking up on the different scrolls that allow you to enchant your items. So whenever you get a new item, you can also enchant these immediately without even leveling your own enchanting. In a moment I will highlight a lot more things you could start preparing. But what I've done a lot on the beta has been to test a leveling guide. And yeah, I've tested this with the new races and also from 1 and all the way up to level 85. And I have to be honest, it's working so flawlessly in all the different zones. What I like a lot about this leveling guide is how easy it is to follow, but also how well explained everything is. And what's even better is that there will be a 1 to 30 version you can use for free in the pre-patch. And if you then like it, you can purchase the full version that will work all the way up to level 85. So by the time Cataclysm launches, you can also use this in all the new zones to get to max level as quickly as possible. To try out the add-on for free or to purchase the full version, make sure to use the link below the video. And for those of you that will eventually purchase the full version, make sure to apply the discount code GuideMMO to get a discount. The next one will take a bit of preparation, but if you have any leftover Stonekeeper shards or Wintergrass Marks of Honor, then you can use these to purchase Wintergrass Commendation, an item you can send between your characters to get a bit of honor. This honor you can then use in the pre-patch to purchase new epic items, for example the Wrathful PvP gear. Because the Wrathful PvP gear will no longer require any arena rating, as arenas has also been disabled until the release of Cataclysm. Even though it's PvP gear, then the item level is quite high, therefore you can also use this to get into heroics and even raids a bit quicker. And getting into raids will be important in Wrath of the Lich King, as you can get the best possible gear, so you can also level up a bit quicker in Cataclysm. There's one thing you gotta be aware of, you never know if Blizzard decides to do a change, for example making these unusable in the pre-patch. If so, well then you will most likely have spent a lot of time on a preparation that is now pointless. And the time you have wasted could have been spent on farming gold. Gold that you can use for example preparing consumables such as different flasks, elixirs and potions. Yeah, even purchasing yourself 22 slot bags while they're still cheap. Another thing you could start looking out for is level 80 epic items. Most items from ICC, at least from the trash creatures, is so cheap right now. We are talking about 200 up to around 1000 gold. And because ICC has been out for so long, then many of the crafted epic items from the raid is also super cheap. And you can even get them a lot cheaper if you're preparing the materials yourself and finding a crafter. One thing you can do is, for example, to pre-purchase the primordial serenites. But instead of buying them on the auction house, then you can use your all characters or maybe even your main character and purchase the primordial serenite with your defiler skirt stone. This currency you obtain when you do the different heroics on gamma difficulty. Another solution is to use your emblems of frost and purchase them this way. However, I feel like this is way too expensive compared to just farming heroics and buying them with the defiler skirt stones. What I also like about the defiler skirt stones is that you can use them at this winter to purchase 245 epic items, and some of these epic items are bind on equip, so you could start farming heroics right now and even prepare amazing level 80 epic items for your new Worgen or Goblin. What I've also done is to purchase the Traveler's Mammoth. I know this is so expensive, but the good thing is that in Cataclysm and even now in Wrath of the Lich King, all your mounts are shared between your characters, so you only need to purchase one of these. The reason why this mount is so insane is because it can carry other people, you can purchase water, food, repair your items, and even purchase the reagents such as runes if you're a mage and you need to teleport away. So this mount will not only help you when you're leveling up, no, it will also be useful at max level when you're farming gold. One big change that will happen in the pre-patch is the talent system. So this is the one in Wrath of the Lich King, and this is how it will look in the pre-patch. Now we have to choose a specialization, and the specialization you choose will also give you some specific spells. So a preparation you could start doing is to figure out what specialization you will be using, and also how your talent tree will look like from 1 to 80. On top of this, you could also pre-purchase some of the glyphs you will be using, as some of these are already accessible in Wrath of the Lich King. Another thing you could start preparing is your transmog gear, as this feature will be enabled in the pre-patch. What I like a lot is that you can use your transmog even as a low level character. In this case I'm a level 35 mage, but I can use tier 3 gear, yeah, even level 80 epic items. Yeah, of course not get the stats, but just the appearance. So if you for example plan to level up a rogue in the pre-patch, well then you could start pre-purchasing leather items so you can also use these transmogs right away. Like it wasn't enough, then there's a lot of other preparations you can do on your main character before Cataclysm, and this I've covered in another video that you can either find on my channel or in the description below this video. If you would like to see more Cataclysm guides in the future, then make sure to press the like button, but also hit the notification bell to get notified the next time I post a new video. As always, thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day. Peace!